All right, let's talk about the one skill that really separates just having goals from actually achieving them. Unbreakable discipline. And look, this isn't about just trying harder or finding more motivation. It's about setting up a practical system. We're going to break down exactly how you can build it.
You know the feeling, right? It's Monday morning, you are on fire, you're ready to conquer everything. But then Wednesday rolls around and that motivation has just, poof, vanished. You're right back where you started. So what is going on here?
And this right here is the huge mistake that most of us make. We're trying to run on the wrong kind of fuel, motivation. We wait until we feel like doing something. But the most successful people, they don't wait for a feeling. They build a system. They build discipline.
So first, we really have to understand the problem inside and out. It's something called the motivation trap. And honestly, it's the cycle of failure that keeps so many of us feeling stuck. Now, that might sound a little harsh, but it's the absolute core truth of the matter. Relying on motivation to get things done is just, well, it's a flawed strategy. This isn't about you being a failure. It's about using the wrong tool for the job. It's why being consistent can feel completely impossible sometimes.
Okay, so let's get into the specifics. Why exactly is motivation such a terrible foundation to build on? Because it's powered by the most unreliable engine that we have, our feelings. I mean, here's the real issue. Your internal state is changing all the time. That spark of motivation you had, it fades. Your mood can get totally derailed by one bad email. And your energy levels, they're up and down all day long. Trying to rely on these things to take action is like trying to build a house on shifting sand. It's just not going to work.
So let's be crystal clear. If your plan to do something depends on you feeling good or inspired or energetic, you are basically setting yourself up to fail. Long-term success, the kind that really matters, it needs a foundation that's way more stable than your mood. Okay, enough about the problem, right? Let's get to the solution. It's time to install a whole new operating system for how we get things done, the discipline system. And believe me, this is a completely different way to think about your goals. Just let that one sink in for a second. This idea is so incredibly empowering. Discipline is not some magical trait that some people have and others don't. No, it's a skill. And just like any other skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can get stronger at it over time. So this is our new definition. I want you to forget the old idea of discipline as some kind of punishment. Instead, think of it as a system, a set of rules you've already decided on. And the key phrase, the most important part, is regardless of how you feel. It takes your unpredictable emotions completely out of the decision. And that, right there, is the huge mental shift. You don't need to feel motivated to go to the gym. You just go. Because it's 6 p.m. on a Tuesday, and that's what your system says you do. You detach the action from the feeling, and when you do that, you take back control. So, how do we actually build this thing? Let's get really practical. We are going to train discipline just like it's a muscle. And here's your simple 4-step workout to do it. Okay, this 4-step process looks simple, but it is so incredibly powerful. First, you pick one system, and you have to start small. I'm not talking write a whole book, I'm talking write for 15 minutes. Second, you set the repetition. You define the rule, every single day at 8 a.m. Third, and this is the most critical part, execute. Don't feel. When 8 a.m. hits, you act. It doesn't matter if you're tired, bored, uninspired, you just follow the system. And with every single time you do that, you accomplish step 4. You build mental strength, making the next time just a tiny bit easier. And let's be very clear about this. This is not some motivational trick or life hack. This is mental conditioning. You are literally rewiring your brain to follow through, creating a new default setting where taking action is the norm, not the exception. So what's the end game here? What's the ultimate reward for all this work? Well, it's the one thing that motivation can never, ever promise you. Real, true consistency. If you only take one single thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. Real, lasting progress in any area of your life. It doesn't come from random bursts of inspiration. It comes from having a reliable system that you execute day in and day out. And this is just the perfect way to reframe it all. We often think of discipline as this cage, something that restricts us, but it is the exact opposite. Every single disciplined action you take builds the freedom to become the person you want to be. It's freedom from the whims of your daily moods. So the real question is, what freedom will you build first?